Hi everyone, welcome here today. I'm Hongyu and I'm 14 years old. And I'm here today to present my concert, Orchestra in a Box. And so I'm really grateful to Greens Farm Church for letting me practice here. And I want to thank Rev Jeff, Dylan, Claire, and many others who have supported me tremendously. And thank you for my friends and teachers from Pierpont School for coming today. And so I hope you all will enjoy my comparison between the piano and the organ. So first of all, anyone can tell me how the organ makes sound? So the organ makes sound by feeding wind into these pipes, as you can see here. And when you press a key, it triggers wind to go into the pipes. And also, you could use your pedal. So there's like many keyboards on the organ. And so the smallest organ might have like 24 pipes, and the biggest one might have like over 30,000 pipes. And so you can see that these pipes have different sizes. So the taller and thicker ones make lower pitches, while the shorter and thinner ones make higher pitches. So let me demonstrate. So for instance, like this would be a longer and like wider pipe like those, and like maybe this might be a shorter and thinner one. So these are all buttons to pull out which pipe you want to use. So I have a sample. Okay, I have a sample of organ pipe. This pipe is a reed flute pipe that's inside an organ, so it's not visible. So does anyone want to hold it or try to blow it? Because if you do this and it makes the sound. Does anyone want to? No. So the organ has different kinds of pipes, and those are the wooden pipes that are located inside. So there are a lot of hidden pipes that aren't visible from outside. Yeah. And so I also have a sample of a piano action here. So can anyone tell me how the piano makes sound? Adam. Yeah, so the piano is actually a percussion instrument. So when you press the key, it's connected to a lever, which allows a hammer to hit a string. And so it's like this. And similar to the organ, piano strings are also, they vary in length and thickness. And so the longer and thicker ones make deeper noises. So for instance, like, so if you can look over the piano, it's the string is like this thick, and here it's a short string, like really thin. So that's the difference. And it's really similar to the organ. So many of you might know piano. The word piano came from Italian, which was pianoforte, which was the original name of the piano, and it meant louder and quieter. And so the piano was supposed to be a better version for those that could play like faster music with like more more loud and silence, like quicker. And so let me show you guys like a little bit how I can maneuver like the louder and quieter of the piano. So I can start by playing quiet. And the organ, meanwhile, there are two ways that it can make it louder. And the first way is by using larger and more pipes. And the second way is the most interesting way, is something called an expression pedal. So it's a pedal that's, it's a pedal that's located here. Under here, there are like a few of them underneath. And so it's like that. Yeah. So when you step on it, it opens a box inside the organ, so you can't see it right now, with pipes inside that you are using. And when it opens, it lets more sound out from the organ, so it makes it like louder. So let me demonstrate. So I'm gonna play a piece by a French composer named Louis Vierne, and in this piece there are a lot of places where I would need to make it louder and quieter. So let me. I want to invite everyone to do a game with me. So So the color of piano, when you play piano, it's caused by articulation, which is how you touch the keys with your fingers and your wrists and your arms and even like your whole body, and also using the pedal, which makes the piano more fluid. And so Chopin was a composer that really needed a lot of articulation in his pieces. And so I'm gonna play one of his nocturnes to show you guys piano articulation and color of the sound, and I'll demonstrate something else on the organ after. So, for the color of the organ, it's something. So, now the color of the organ is made by using different kinds of pipes when playing. So, it's an orchestra in a box basically. So, let me explain. So, the organ is made out of all these pipes, and there are different kinds of pipes. For instance, there are reed pipes, string pipes, principal pipes, flute pipes, and many others. So, so let me show you guys. So, for instance, there are different types of sounds that it can make. For instance, this trumpet. So this is a trumpet sound that it has, and this is a string sound. It sounds really like orchestra. And then it has, like, for instance, this flute. You can, and also an oboe sound. And there's so many more other sounds, and one of my favorites. And also this one. And so now I'm gonna be playing a piece called Adoration by Florence Price, which many of you might know. So this piece uses a lot of different kinds of sounds in it. For instance, for the first part, it has a horn on the top, and on the bottom there's like reeds and also strings. And at the last part, there's a whole string section. So if you guys know the tune, please sing along. And also, yeah, so. So the organ was first invented during the 3rd century BC in Greece, and it was called the hydraulis. It was a water-powered organ, so the water pushed air into pipes, which made the sounds. And so later in the Renaissance and like Baroque periods, like during the 1600s, tones were more varied in the organ, so there were more sounds. And so during the Baroque period, a music form called the fugue was really popular. And a fugue is a piece with multiple voices and that had a melody tune or subject, and the subject recurred a lot of times in the whole piece. And so J.S. Bach was the master at writing fugues, and now I'm gonna play his fugue in C minor, for the organ. And let me show you guys the subject. So this is the subject of the piece. So this is the theme tune, and as shown on the screen here, it appears a lot of times on different hands. Like for instance, here on it's on the right hand, and on the left hand too, and the feet. So it's played with different tones, and so it's like one person in different clothes, different types of clothes, and so now we're gonna do a game, and so I'm gonna play the piece and try to count how many times the subject appears in the piece. So let's first do a sample. I'll play the first page and try to count, and when I play the whole thing, the winner gets a prize. I have some prizes. So this is the first page. Yeah, that's right. So now I'm gonna play the whole piece and see if you guys can get it right. So, who wants to try to guess? Okay, so don't say it out loud. Okay. Yeah, I know. Who else wants to guess? So, the answer is 10 and 9. So, if you got that, you're right. So, there are a few that aren't like full. So, sometimes people count 10. So, yeah. So, the winners get prizes. So, okay. So,
This is good.
so let's move forward about like 150 years into the late Romantic period, and composers continuously tried to make pieces more difficult and explore new possibilities of the instrument. And so French organist Eugene Gigoux wrote a piece that was really mechanical sounding. And so, like the piece, the melody is shown there at the right. And so it's like one finger plays the melody, and the rest of the 9 fingers are like restlessly moving to accompanying it. So let me show you guys. So this is like, so this is the melody. So it's like notes that are on top, and then the melody and the accompaniment is played with both hands, and it's like this. So added together, it's gonna sound like. Right? So now I'll play the whole piece. And so, and also I changed the sound of the piece 5 times in the whole piece. So it's very very loud at the end. So be careful. You guys might need to put your fingers into your ears. So, Liszt, Franz Liszt was another crazy composer that made pieces like this. And he was the best piano player at his time, and there was a cartoon showing him with like 10 hands. So his piece called Un Sospiro, he wrote that like the right hands jump over both hands jump over each other to play the melody like this. So, so So your hand has to go over like that to play the melody, and the accompaniment it sounds like this. So together it sounds like this. So. Yeah, so that's together, and so I'll play the full piece to show like these two pieces are very similar, like in like how the melody is like shown. I don't have as many hands as Liszt, so I can't play like him. So many of you might have noticed that on the concert is numbered 13 out of 88 on the poster. So it's the 13th concert for my 88 charity concert project, which is I promised kids in rural areas of China to give them 88 concerts in total, and this performance is live streamed for them. And in the COVID years, I traveled the mountains of, so these are my past concert posters, and I traveled the mountains of Sichuan and Yunnan in China, and I went to meet all of them, and their parents and themselves haven't stepped out of the mountains they live in, so I want to take them out using music. And so this is me doing piano games with them, yeah. So, Mary. Yeah. So these are the Tibetan kids. So many of my classmates at Pierpont have met with them online this semester for my cultural exchange project, and we've talked about our hometowns, our foods, and the difficulties of learning a foreign language. And so these are some photos from this year. And and please, if you're interested, follow my Instagram for my charity project if you wanna participate or just support me. Thank you. And one day, in the not very far future, I hope that we can all go to China to see them. And I'm going in 2 weeks to visit these kids. And yeah, so they really want to meet us, and they've been dreaming about it. So last but not least, compared to the piano, organ isn't an instrument that's been recognized and everyone's familiar with. So this is why I wanted to draw your attention to this instrument. And so you all probably have seen the Hollywood movie Interstellar, but have you guys noticed that the theme music is played with the organ? So, so to end this concert, I want to play the theme from Interstellar, composed by Hans Zimmer, which was nominated for the Oscars for Oscar music. And so they used the organ to express unknown possibilities in space. And yeah, so. thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming, and please join me in the art show and in the lobby. Many of these paintings were painted of my concert trips, and you can ask me any questions about my project at the reception, and please write down all your thoughts and ideas or comments in this notebook later, and like write your contacts. And yeah, thank you guys so much.